Adolfo Yamama Kwaba Edeba Vimbas TV so. Enche Biani ete say Haja Foro has been arrested over an alleged scam. Another Ghanaian, Ani Papakra, a member of parliament, a former member of parliament on the ticket of NDC, has been jailed in the US over similar romance scam. Na brantie ni din Abdul Inusah. Ni image and a screen so ne papa a former member of parliament for Tamale Central na osanso a lands and natural resources minister na or serving in parliament between the year 2006 to 2021 on the ticket of NDC ne ba US and HSE wakoye scam fraud asanso egu Ghana ni ma so bi bisa say what is your proof and what is the evidence? Say Abranti and Idinye Abdul Inusah and Inusah Fuseini. No, what is the evidence? He indeed did the fraud and he has been jailed. Officially on the United States Attorney's Office, that is the Southern District of West Virginia, no, Omutro in Sembi Edifan who approving and affirming say Abranti has been jailed. Omutro say Ghanaian national sentenced to prison for role in romance scam. Abdul Inusah, 32, of Ghana was sentenced today to 2 years in prison to be followed by 3 years of supervised release for his role in a Huntington-based scheme that defrauded individuals in multiple states through the use of false online personas. Inusah was also ordered to pay $128,000 in restitution. After 3 days of trial, a federal jury found that Inusah was part of a conspiracy that targeted victims using false personas via email, text messaging, online dating websites, and social media platforms. From at least January 2018 through at least December 2019, the scheme participants sought to induce victims into believing they were in a romantic relationship, friendship, or business relationship with the various false personas. The victims were persuaded to send money for a variety of false and fraudulent reasons for the benefit of the false personas. One false persona, Miarama, was used to induce an Alabama resident into providing $106,000 via wire transfers and cashier checks. The amount included $48,000 to pay overdue taxes on a non-existent gold inheritance in Ghana and $21,000 wired to Beach Surf Supply LLC, a shell company set up by Inusah. Another false persona, Grace, persuaded a Washington resident to wire funds so Grace could maintain her South African cocoa plantation and move to the United States to marry the victim. Other victims of the false personas included a resident of Ohio and Florida. The federal jury found Inusah guilty of receipt of stolen money, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and 2 counts of wire fraud on August 12, 2022. Perhaps more than others involved, Abdul Inusah understood the scope of the criminal conspiracy and that it was exploiting innocent and often vulnerable victims, said United States Attorney Will Thompson. The defendant even recruited others to help commit this fraud while taking steps to conceal his own involvement. U.S. Attorney Thompson made the announcement and commended the investigative work of the United States Secret Service, the United States Postal Inspection Service, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation Office of Inspector General, the West Virginia State Police, and the South Charleston Police Department. I also commend Assistant United States Attorney Kathleen Robinson and former Assistant United States Attorney R. Gregory McVeigh and the trial team for prosecuting the case and securing the guilty verdict. Thompson said United States District Judge Robert C. Chambers imposed the sentence. The public is encouraged to report potential online fraud activities or scams at the provided URL. Chese Abranti we anidin Abdul Inusah, we 32 years old. Now, almost say of Ghana, as we all know, na chese sika owi a obroni for ho true online scam be dada o say omo no twempna ne ho niema na send sika bi na gold bi omo busu eja gold bi wo Ghana ne ho niema chese a whole lot na omo de ajew na omo sika no na first sika ne $106,000 and $48,000 and so eba $21,000 and so ebe kan ho na ye see ye finding no guilty emra ye de ne call court count omo de ball no receipt of stolen money, conspiracy to commit money laundering, and 2 counts of wire fraud. Now, on August 12, 2022, they finding a guilty, I just said, recently, and jail, to serve 2 years in prison. Now, opie banswa 3 years, no, just a police for ebe monitor ni move of her. To ensure say on sign so enkobo esa chrononi biem. Now on record, no, he is the son of Tamale Central member of parliament, former now or serving year between 2006 to 2021 on the ticket of NDC. Now sign so a lands and natural resource minister. Ebinum ebisa say, why is it that in recent time no sebi Ghanaians epese omoje the fraud tag from Nigerians? Yen say some Nigerians a topic chat say ye kano omo ye frauds and fraudsters, internet fraudsters, talking about the likes of Hash Puppy and Woodbury. I just say chiom over huge sums of money. Nemo in recent time no hearing say a jaily Ghanaian for fraud has become very, very common. For instance, a lot of Ghanaians are being arrested out there. The most popular recent one, breaking news, Hajia for real saga. Just as it stands now, she is also facing trial in the US. Abrantie Winso and also supposed to know better, coming from an honorable home. Abdul Inusah has also been jailed. And no, a lot of people caution says, I'm sure here very soon traveling to the US as a Ghanaian will become very, very difficult. Why? Because of the act of becoming fraudsters and tarnishing the image of Ghana out there. The United States Attorney Office, Southern District of West Virginia, platforms who are Oman ni dinse Abdul Inusah jailed for 2 years. Omu bo ni dinse and omu caption that particular story say Ghanaian national sentenced to prison for role in Romance fraud scheme. Oman bo ni din omu tagi Ghana as a whole. If you're a traveler, you would know say when this happens, immediately we are Ghanaian our person took wine these affected areas, especially United States, land of the opportunity. They would have to scrutinize you. Just say the number of people they would even accept into their country as a Ghanaian would be very, very less. Now so we and a story I just say a trendy on the internet. You monitor any update ebeba yedebebremu Vimbas TV so and we that's it.
Vimbas TV.